Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and I love sharing my perspectives, my opinions, my thoughts, my ideas, my advice with you. But of course, one size definitely does not fit all. So if you disagree with anything that I say, feel free to disagree. Let's start a dialogue. You may expand my mind a little bit, and there's a possibility that I'm expanding others' minds as I'm doing this. Though, as I'm prone to say, I'm less interested in motivating you and more interested in illustrating that you need to start motivating yourself. And that's actually something that I'm probably going to be using as one of the short clips, the morning motivational clips that I've been shooting and posting on all the social networks, including now on this channel. Don't just take what it is that I'm saying as, oh yeah, it's easy for you to say. No. I'm not here to be your motivator. I'm here to tell you that you need to be your own motivator. Because if you're not, you're missing the entire point of doing this. I'm just some internet rando. Don't take what I say and just leave it there. Take it to heart. Listen to what I'm saying. And what I'm saying over and over again is you have to start thinking for yourself. Don't just listen to a motivational quote and feel good. Do something with it. That's your responsibility. I want to be very clear about that. I'm not motivating you. I'm trying to show you how you need to begin to motivate yourself. And there is a big difference between the two, extrinsic versus intrinsic. I wrote something down the other day that I wanted to talk about, and this is specifically in relation to how you may be feeling about why you may not be ready to motivate yourself. Here's what I wrote. And this was taken from something that I read online and paraphrased. No attribution. To fail at something, you first have to make an attempt to succeed. Right? So if you don't even attempt, you're not even going to fail. Do not make a deliberate choice to not even make the attempt. And remember, in every failure, there's a lesson learned. Do not lose a learning opportunity. So you can't say that someone's failed at something if they didn't even try. You didn't even try. You didn't even make an effort. You couldn't even begin to fail. Because you didn't want to fail. You were trying to avoid failure. But if you keep going around trying to avoid failure, you're never going to succeed. So you need to start planning to attempt to succeed. And to have that plan in place. Some kind of plan. Knowing full well that plan is going to change. Life's going to change that plan. You're never going to feel a sense of accomplishment if you don't set out a goal. You're just going to dodge it. Okay, that you think that's going to keep you in a better state. Okay, and I don't mean geophysically, I mean mentally. But if you stop setting goals for yourself, you're never going to get anywhere. And you'll have no proof that you got anywhere because you didn't actually look where you were leaping. And if you're not setting out to accomplish something because you're afraid of failing, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels forever. And I don't even know what you're going to feel, but I guarantee it ain't going to be a sense of accomplishment. Because without that plan in place, without something that you can execute upon, and a goal that you're driving towards, even if you got there, if you didn't plan on getting there, you just got there, you may be satisfied for the moment, but you didn't have it as a goal. It wasn't a goal. You didn't manage your way there. It just happened. Through happenstance, because, I guess you believe that's the way the universe works. No, you gotta work for the things that you want. But don't avoid working for the things you want because you're afraid of failing. Because you'll never get what you want. Ever. You'll just look for excuses and blame. Now there are times to place blame. I'm not saying that you can live life without placing blame. There are times. Through others' actions or inactions. They are accountable. They need to be held accountable. But you also need to hold yourself accountable to yourself. Don't count on somebody else to motivate you. Don't count on somebody else to tell you what to do. You got to start doing that yourself. And if this is tough love, then it's tough love. Start to think about failing. Not as a bad thing, but as a way to get closer to succeeding. Because you're never going to see success. You're not even going to know what success tastes like until you failed. You only see and hear about the successes in life, or maybe you hear about the failures, right? But usually the news that spreads is, person X did this amazing thing. Well, yeah, but how many times did they not do that? How many mistakes did they make? No one really wants to talk about the mistakes, unless, of course, it's to, cast aspersions on someone. Oh, they're always failing. Fail. Well, it takes, 10 failures to get to one success, and that's not scientific. I'm just saying that it's a law of averages. There are many things that I set out to do, knowing full well that I'm not going to be able to succeed at everything that I attempt at doing. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to fail. I'm not afraid of failing, even if other people rub my nose in it. And they have. You see it all the time. You don't have to look, too hard, too deeply, to see other people who are typically very insecure and have never done anything to accomplish squat in their life. So the most that they can do is pull you down with them. That's what they do, right? If you are in control of yourself and your faculties and have that intrinsic motivation, then it doesn't matter what they say, right? Now, you can't blame them for your failure. You've got to be accountable for your failure. And being accountable for your failure is, I would say, in many ways a success, because not many people want to be that way. When you do something that was perceived as something that wasn't prime, then it could be perceived as a failure. But that means you were on your road to success, because at least you tried. No one can tell you that you didn't try if you tried. I love it. I love it when people say, well, you don't even try. I'm like, whoa. You have no idea what I've done. I can't prove a negative, for one. For two, I can sit here and tell you that I have tried. Doesn't mean that I succeeded, but I tried. So don't you tell me that I didn't try. Don't. Not going to hear it. You're in no place to judge at all. That's why I don't really care how other people judge me. I know what I've done. I know what I need to do. I know what keeps me going. I know what I want to succeed. I know where it is that I've failed. I know there's a great chance to fail on my path to success. However that's perceived. And I'm not talking like these large successes, even small successes. Getting through a week without doing one thing or another could be determined to be a success. If I could get through this week without doing something that I would normally do in a certain situation, then yay, I win. Whatever. I win the pride of a job well done. If I'm able to do this, that, or the other thing, then I've done it. I've accomplished it. I tried. And continue to try to accomplish goals. Not just make goals for myself. To drive myself forward. Not turning to you for motivation. Not turning to the internet for motivation. I keep that inside myself. And that's what I want to impart. If nothing else, if you learn nothing else or take nothing else away from what it is that I lay down over, any topic at any point in time, whether I'm streaming live on Twitch like I'm doing right now as I'm recording this clip, just know that I'm not motivating you. I'm trying to show you that you need to motivate yourself, or I shouldn't be motivating you, apart from motivating you to motivate yourself, bringing that intrinsically rather than just counting on this extrinsic motivational factor. Because then, if you're going to go down that path, you're not going to feel that the sweet taste of success. Like, only you can accomplish that. Only you can drive your destiny. And there are times to blame other people for things that have happened, circumstances. But you're responsible for your thoughts, your actions. You're not responsible for theirs. You're responsible for the consequences of what you say and what you do. You're not necessarily responsible for what other people say and do. You're only responsible for how you respond to that and how you address it. There's a difference. You can't sit around and wait for somebody else to change. Stop waiting around for a savior. Stop waiting around for someone to tell you can do everything that you can possibly do without failure. It's not practical. Do it. Move towards that goal. Failure is going to happen, and that's okay. I'm sitting here telling you, failure is okay. Failure is an option. And I wish you well. And I know whatever it is that you want to do, if you put your mind to it, you can do it.